how you can become the most positive person you know. And obviously, this isn't about a competition, it's just a way to say that you can build yourself up. And by positive, I don't just mean happy, although that's part of it. I'm talking about positive by meaning certain, by meaning non-reactive, where nothing can shake you. Have you ever had it? And I mean, we all have, let's be real. Have you ever had it where, I don't know, maybe you're at some family event or a work event, or maybe even with a client, but let's say you're at some family event and all of a sudden you see an old cousin of yours or some friend of the family's and they come up to you and they say something, and just like every time, they get under your skin. And then the rest of your day, you feel like they put you in a mood. So do you ever feel like people make you feel a certain way, right? Now, it's pretty normal to feel that way. Move this over here a bit. But it doesn't mean that it's the most powerful way to actually be, does it? Let me put that under here. Because the truth is, when you are positive, certain, and strong with a sense of ease from within, when you're emotionally healthy, people can't really make you feel anything. In fact, they can't. The only places that they can make you feel things are your unhealed places. But when you're quite emotionally conscious and you've been doing the inner work and you stop blaming your problems, your situation, even the traffic, on other people, this is when you start looking at yourself and how you create your reality. How did you create those people who just turned against you? Okay, you didn't do anything wrong, but which part of you inside, where does it live in your body somewhere? Which part of you either secretly hates people or resents people or feel like they'll always resent you? We all have these places, but usually they're locked away deep in the unconscious mind. So, long story short, the way to become the most positive, powerful, certain person who can't be shaken emotionally is to allow yourself to look at the negative places within you, to actually, in conscious healing time, bring up these negative spaces. Now, if you're watching this, if you're following me, if you vibe with me, you are probably already doing this. You're doing your inner work, right? You've probably invested in yourself before. You've probably come quite far, but yet maybe you're still going in circles. Now, a lot of the time, people just don't go deep enough into their unconscious mind, and they try to change their negative parts too quickly. Now, say hi as you come on, and welcome. And if you're here on the replay, I'd love to know that too. So for those of you new here, I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. Hi, gorgeous, welcome. Thank you for being here. So here's the thing. We're so many people, and I was there for a bit, but brainwashed in this manifestation community about just being positive to the point where you're scared of thinking a negative thought. Now, yes, the more actually positive and the more of a positive story we have and the more positive identity we have, obviously things go better then, obviously. But to get to that place, you have to start from where you are and walk over the bridge. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Because what happens is you decide to be positive, but you've got these secret fears, these parts of you that repeat patterns that don't feel good. And so you distract yourself, you repress them, and have probably done so since you were a child. And now that, okay, you're going to manifest, you're going to be positive, you're going to create, you don't look at the place where you actually are. Now, that doesn't mean that you look at it all the time, but you need to take some conscious healing work, sort of like pulling a slingshot. You need to pull the slingshot back down into your negative parts to consciously listen to the tension that comes up. So do you ever have it where you are manifesting or doing your goals or even just going to work? Like, you're running your own business perhaps and you are ready to get to work and you are writing your goal out, you're writing your mission out, but then you have like this tightness in your throat, this heaviness in your stomach. You might have just this little vague off feeling, but you plow through it because you want to be positive. You don't want to look at it. Okay, well, did you know that if you actually take time to go in and let yourself look at this feeling, feel this feeling, and discover what it's really actually thinking, because the tension that you feel in your body is not just tension. The tension you feel in your body has thoughts attached to it. I'm telling you, like, I've healed people from everything under the sun, from agoraphobia, chronic anxiety that others told them was impossible to heal. I've healed people from literal chronic pain and illness that doctors said was impossible to heal. But when you know how to go into the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, and listen to these parts of you, literally talk to them, listen to them, activate them so they speak to you. But you have to know how to listen. You can't think the answer. It will come up because thoughts are automatic. When you know how to listen to them, and then there's a whole little process of forgiving it, understanding it, admitting if you're angry with it, like these parts of you that maybe like you want to have the big goal, but a part of you is scared that it'll be too much responsibility, or you want to have the, the higher pay, but then a part of you is scared of asking for more. Well, these are the parts that you need to go in and understand. So what people usually do is they feel the negativity and then they try to immediately change it. Like you recoil away from it. But that doesn't work. You tried that, been there, done that. Instead, what you need to do is to just sit with it for a bit, because it's there anyway. And guess what? It's been there for a long time. So when you find your negative places within you, like the tension that you feel when you think of your desires, the heaviness, all those sorts of things, allow yourself to actually feel it, okay? Talk to it, listen to it. Ask yourself, what would I have to believe about myself to feel this way? What would I have to believe about myself to feel this way? That's one of many different questions, but it is one of the most direct. And I find if you listen and don't try to think, if you don't, so you don't want to go, what would I have to believe about myself to feel this way? No, you have to open your head like a bimbo. It feels like a bimbo, but you're actually opening it up to divine intelligence. You're opening it up to the truth. So when you ask your question into your unconscious mind, into the tightness, into the heaviness that comes up, what would I have to believe about myself to feel this way? Listen, feel it. Try to feel it even more. And yes, I know that we're taught that the negative creates a fear, and it does. But your fear of the fear creates the fear. It's your unwillingness to look at your fear. That doesn't mean dwell on it and blah. The actual fear energy that you feel in your body, go in it, feel it, go like expand it. And when you do this, I've helped people for a decade and a half create astonishing things in their life that often they've worked with coach after coach after coach, and nothing worked quite as amazingly until they worked with me, because a lot of people aren't as willing to go deep into your dark, vile, nasty thoughts, into your shame, your pain, all those things that are secretly in there that we avoid like the plague, right? Of course we avoid it. It's uncomfortable. And just like as a human, we think that if we look away from it, then it doesn't exist, because you don't want to be that. You're like, but I believe in myself. Okay, and then you have a little voice that pops up and goes, no, I don't. Or you have a little tension. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. And you have like a lump in your throat. Well, that has a voice. It's trying to talk to you. It has a belief. And if you're not willing to go into that and treat it like it's a friend, like it's a part of you, like it's someone with something to say that has a reason, and if you're not willing to do that, then it will continue to fight you and you'll get lackluster results. Or even if you're getting great results, they won't be what you want, or they'll come with a lot more hardship. So when you're willing to go into the negative, like I guide my clients to do in my subconscious healing work and my spiritual connection work, where we also deprogram you so you become more conscious, more aware, more guided by the divine, infinite spirit, God, whichever terms you like for the higher power. It is so miraculous what happens. But you have to know how to accept it in your body without freaking out and cringing against it and needing it to change instantly. Because remember what I said? It's already there, right? When you say your positive thing, here's what I want, here's what's going to happen, I believe in myself. And then you feel the tension come up, or hear the little no, there's a tension that will come up somewhere in your body. If it's like, big enough, then that is the fear. That is the belief that wants to talk to you. It just needs to be heard. And yes, this is your inner child work. Also, your inner monster work. You'll see on my page, I have a monster tap that is very effective and has helped a lot of people. But when you allow yourself, you can do it as your inner child, or you can just do it as the feeling. When you feel the feeling, maybe give it a color. Feel where it is in your body, rather than cringe away from it and need it to change exactly that moment. Realize that your job is to reveal it, not try to heal it. Because with your loving presence upon your negative beliefs, which you feel as tension or tightness or heaviness or darkness in your body or emptiness or numbness, these limiting beliefs, they need your protection. Like, you need to tell these parts of you, I understand why you feel this way. I understand why I feel this way. I get it. And then guess what happens? Once these parts of you feel accepted, once the negative parts of you feel heard and understood, then they start to shift. Then they dissolve. Then you get into a truly positive, powerful state. And this is what I'm so excited to talk about. So let me know in the comments, how has this resonated for you? Do you do your shadow work? It's so many different names: shadow work, emotional clearing, emotional healing, emotional fitness, energy healing, energy alchemy, energy medicine. It's all just about going in and facing your trapped, hurt emotions that come up when you think about your desires, your really big desires, and then you have tension come up in your body, tension, heaviness, darkness. And you go into those places and you spend conscious healing time to talk to them. Everything in your life will change. Everything will change over time when you start committing to an emotional healing practice, as though it's like going to the gym in the morning if you love to work out, or it's like committing to learning a language. It's committing to learning an instrument. You're learning the instrument of your brain, of your mind, of your whole entire psyche. Learn the instrument instead of, learning the piano. You can do that as well, but learn how to think properly in alignment with spiritual law. And no, this doesn't just take one healing session. That's why I exclusively work with accomplished female entrepreneurs who already invest in themselves, who already do their inner work, who already have an established business, because you're so much more willing to go all in and to take it farther, and you will see one opportunity after another open up and unfold for you, just like a lotus flower. And things are going in, if we were to work together for 3 or 6 or even 12 months, I can't tell you exactly what will happen, not because I don't know if it will happen, but because the manifestations are so seemingly random that you didn't even think of, and they're so much better than what you imagined, as well as actual things that you have imagined and wanted, but you can't tell at the start where it will go. All I know is that something amazing always happens in multiple areas of your life, with healing relationships or leaving toxic ones. One of my clients, she came to me for agoraphobia and anxiety. She couldn't even leave her property. She was so bad. Her testimonials on my YouTube page, actually. She was so bad that she could hardly even move to feed herself. She was a shell of a person. And after 3 months of working with me, her energy came back. She's all happy. She's full of energy. She's full of joy. And her Instagram account blew up from 350 to 27,000 followers while we were working together. Engaged followers who bought from her because she's a seamstress and a designer. And her business went from practically non-existent before we started working together to clear and heal her emotions and connect her with her inner self, to by the end of our 3 or 4 months together, she completely up-leveled to the point where she had 27,000 followers by the time we finished working together. And not only were they followers, they were buying from her, where she was telling me, my new problem is that I have so many orders, I feel like I'm drowning in orders. And that's a good new problem to have. And then what you do is you just do more energy work, more emotional healing, more shadow alchemy with me. And I help you up-level yourself to be able to handle and hold the new level of success that you've gained. It's amazing. So I'm not here to help people just want to one-off session and expect everything to be fixed. You know, if you are the type of person that you just want someone else to do it all for you and you're not willing to face your pain or your fears, you're not willing to put in any action work and you just want to sit around and eat a banana and hope that everything will magically manifest, then I'm not for you. Now, things can and do magically manifest, but without action, I don't know if this is exact Bible quote, but without action, faith is dead. Without works, you know the saying. But like, when you are frozen, then you clearly don't have faith that everything's working out, right? So if you truly have faith that everything's working out for you, then you allow yourself to be creative. You allow yourself to go in a different direction. And if I was your healer and coach, I would help you get clear on what's right for you. I wouldn't tell you what's right for you, but this could involve you downloading or finding, being led to, developing, seeing within your own mind, or being guided to the right person. The most brilliant, perfect strategy for you that wouldn't have happened otherwise because you weren't open to seeing it. It's so amazing. And then in the process, you might blow up your Instagram account, or you might meet the love of your life, or leave a toxic relationship, or learn how to communicate with a partner that's being cold and distant, or whatever it is, because my work helps in every area. It helps in every single area, just by working on your business, just by working on your communication, on your relationship with yourself. Then everything in your life will heal and change. Your personality creates your personal reality. And with my work, the way that my subconscious healing works, it doesn't add things in and makes you this other person. It takes things out. It releases that I'm not good enough. It releases, well, if I haven't worked enough, then I'm not worthy. It releases that, well, I can't work because I'm not worthy. It releases, well, it has to be hard to make money. It releases, oh, well, I can't charge these rates because no one will hire me. It releases all of the things that are in your way that aren't the real you. And in the process, this is what literal quote from hundreds of people that I've given sessions to. They say to me, literally hundreds have said the exact words, wow, I feel, what do they say? I feel like a completely different person, but more like myself than ever before. And I swear, word for word, I've been doing this for almost a decade and a half. And I've helped thousands of people around the world while I was going through my own mental health issues, while I've been overcoming my own visibility issues. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not someone that just had this smooth trajectory growing their business. I'm not inspiring in that way, but I am inspiring in the fact that every time that I've had a growth spurt, then I'd pull my head like a turtle because I don't want to be famous. I don't really want a lot of people to know me. I've had massive fears of bullied every day growing up. So many things in my life that meant that I didn't want to be visible and known. But yet I'd still feel so called and compelled to step up and lead and teach and inspire and catalyze and transform. Even though I personally didn't really want to be online, I knew that I had to be for you, for the leaders, for the mystics, for the healers, for those who are here called for more. And so, no, I'm definitely not perfect, but I am the example of someone who can rise when she feels, desperate, down, hard, whatever it is. I am the example of someone who's overcome PTSD naturally. I am the example of someone that's healed a chronic lung disease that almost killed me naturally. I am someone that used to freeze when I was on camera, and I healed that too, naturally. And this is what I teach. I'm obviously not saying that to brag. I'm saying it so you know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to healing, upgrading, up-leveling, and thriving. You know, I've grown so many different Facebook pages, groups, accounts, email lists over the years. But due to, as I said, showing up over the last 14 years with my own mental health issues and insecurities, which I have smashed through them, but it does take time. It does take work. And as I smash through them, I would keep coming back and growing another Facebook group, and then I'll delete it. And then I would grow another Facebook page. I mean, if I hadn't deleted all of my Facebook pages, I would probably have closer to 2,000 followers now, which isn't very many, but most of my followers are on my profile. But that's not the point. My point is that if you're looking for someone that knows how to hold you through trauma triggers, which everyone has trauma. Trauma just means trapped negative energy or limiting beliefs. That's trauma, right? That's what it is. I can hold you through trauma triggers. I can hold you through fears. I can hold you through dark memories. I can hold you through vile parts of yourself that you would never want to tell anyone about. And I can get you into a shining place where you are willing to take action in ways that are right for you, not just push, push, push through. If I just make enough effort, then one day I'll get there, even though I'll be exhausted and almost die. No, let's reprogram that. Yes, if you want to hustle, wonderful, but let's do it from a place of ease and flow. Let's do it from a place of what is right for you, not what did they say that you have to do, right? So if you want to explore my one-to-one, it is high level for accomplished entrepreneurs, the intuitives, the mystics, the purpose-led, the passion-led, the spiritual entrepreneurs, those who are mystic mavens here to make a difference in the world. You've already invested in yourself and you're just looking for that next level special thing. My work is so deeply healing. It combines somatic, mind, body, energetics, breath work, tapping, like this deep cleansing, healing that reprograms the way you think and see and your identity, which if you know anything about healing, you know that that's all it really takes to manifest amazing things. But you have to be persistent. You have to be repetitive. You have to be willing to keep going. So if you want to explore working with me for 3 months, 6 months, or a year, I mean, I love my long-term clients because they keep going up level after level after level after level, experiencing things in their life that when they began with me, when they were maybe a nervous wreck or just kept pushing and exhausting themselves or whatever it was, they're a completely different person, but more like themselves than ever before. And if you want to be one of them or explore what it's like to work with me one-to-one, reach out on Facebook, Instagram. You can do TikTok, but Facebook, Instagram are better. I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. And I cannot wait to hear from you and see how this has resonated with you. So you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. And please share this. Get the word out. Don't be shy. DM it to a friend or share it to your Facebook or some of your stories somewhere. Anything, because it really could change someone's life. And I'm not just saying this for me, although it would support me and help me because this is the way most people find me, especially with the algorithm, how it is. So please share this if it's helped. And if you just jumped on, make sure you follow me, make sure you subscribe and go back and watch this. This has been so dynamic and full of chock-a-block, excellent information. Okay, so I'll see you soon and I shall be back as soon as I can figure out how to turn this off. There it is. Oh. Okay, bye.